Are you ready for class? Welcome back to the Panic Room, guys, and to episode 3 of Pax's Little Library of Horrors. So if you were here for episodes 1 and 2, you know that we did some pretty doggone dark books. Episode 1, we kind of dived into a little existential horror for children. Episode 2, we got even darker with Edward Gorey's The Hapless Child. I will link those, and please go check them out. Tell me what you think in the comments. So I thought today we might liven it up just a little bit, but you know we're still going to keep it horror for the Panic Room. Today we're going to be talking about a beautiful book called The Ghost of Miss Annabel Spoon. So guys, let's just take in this cover for a second. I'm sorry about the glare, but check this out. Look at this. The black around her eyes. You know, I was getting a lot of Tim Burton vibes from this book. Tell me what you think down below. Do you get Tim Burton vibes? Because I do. Maybe even a little bit of Neil Gaiman, which we will definitely be talking about on this channel for this series. But yeah, so The Ghost of Miss Annabel Spoon. I was just drawn in by this. This is probably one of the most visually beautiful children's books I've ever seen. For us in the horror community, anyway. So let's dive in. I wanted to show you, there's a very strange dedication for this book. And if you know what the hell this means, let me know. It says here, "For the place my shoes are buried." My boyfriend's daughter noticed that. Yeah, and I have no idea what the hell that means. And I think it's great. I love stuff like that. I love stuff like that in books like this. So, again, just like we did with The Hapless Child, I'm not going to show you every single page, even though it is beautiful, because I think you should probably go out and pick this up if you are interested at all. And just know that literally every page is just gorgeous. This is a, like, rhymey kind of book, so let's get started. The village of Twee, 7 miles from the sea, had a problem more awful than most. It was haunted and cursed. Yes, folks feared the worst. All the township was plagued by a ghost. No matter what hour, she looked looking sour, be it midnight or mid-afternoon. Her dresses were shabby, her mood always crabby. Her name was Miss Annabel Spoon. And there we are, Miss Annabel Spoon. Super creepy. Oh, the horror, the panic. The townsfolk were manic. They suffered distemper and fits. It was dreadful to see every poor soul in Twee simply petrified out of their wits. Yes. What a good picture. "Enough is enough," puffed the mayor in a huff to a crowd who were equally cranky. "Things must be improved, yes, she must be removed," when he patted his head with a hanky. "But how?" asked the baker. "We'll just have to make her," the schoolteacher said with a scowl. The doctor cried, "Oh, we're all doomed, don't you know?" And the wind through the trees did howl. But just at this juncture, a small voice did puncture the noise in the room like a spear. It said, I just thought that we ought just ask the poor ghost why it's here." Well, the room it did stop, you'd have heard a pin drop, and the terrified mob seemed to settle. When they all turned to see, who on earth could that be? It turns out it was young Herbert Kettle. Looking very dapper, might I add. "Are you mad?" asked the grocer, but Herbert said, "No, sir. I think we should just ask her why." "You're insane," spat the mayor, madly patting his hair. "If you did that, you'd certainly die." But Herbert said, "Rot." Then he turned on the spot, and he marched to the back of the hall. "You may think I'm a fool, but I'll talk to the school. Wish me luck, and good night to you all." Who else is going to tell someone to rot? Because that's freaking genius. Well, rumor was rife that when not causing strife, the ghost had a house in the wood. So in search of Miss Spoon, only lit by the moon, Herbert set off as fast as he could. Through the dark, crooked trees, just as calm as you please, Herbert searched for the ghost in the night, till he came to a dwelling where he had no trouble telling all the rumors he'd heard have been right. So we see her nice little cabin in the woods. I'd live there. Would you live there? Comment down below. Well, his nerves turned to butter as he peeped past a shutter, and he saw her there at her table. She was there in the gloom, quite alone in her room, looking spooky and somewhat unstable. I strive to look spooky and somewhat unstable. Oh, he wanted to run, but his job was not done. You'll regret this, you dimwit, he swore. But although scared to death, Herbert held tight to his breath, and he opened Miss Annabel's door. Oh, he shook like a leaf, but to Herbert's relief, what he saw took away all his fears. Yes, to Herbert's surprise, from Miss Annabel's eyes came the sudden appearance of tears. So guys, take a look at that. Is that not gorgeous? Look at the emotion, just the simplicity. You know, I'm not an artist by any stretch of the imagination, but look at the simplicity in this drawing, but yet such a emotional face, right? And I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but there is like some silvery stuff over here in her hair that I am just living for. I'm so glad you're here, said the ghost, drawing near, and I do hope you'll stay for some tea. I could make you some toast, maybe whip up a roast. Oh, I'm raving, listen to me. Would you care for a scone? The ghost said. She went on. I have baked some, if only I'd known. Then she fell in a heap, and she started to weep. I'm so tired of being alone. Again, the artwork just adds to this. Look at the conveyance of sadness here with the black background. Well, it broke Herbert's heart when the ghost did impart. All I want in the world is a friend. But when I go out, people run, scream, and shout. To be lonely, I'm sure, till the end. Oh, she wept and she wept, for such sadness she kept deep inside her for such a long time. And with that, Herbert knew what a good lad should do. In the distance, a church bell did chime. The young man said, Miss, I can promise you this, if a friendship is all that you need. Well, you don't frighten me, you're as nice as can be. You can call me a friend, yes, indeed. Poor Annabel Spoon. Well, she thought she would swoon. Really? She asked through her tears. Yes, said the lad, that's the best news I've had, said the ghost, for the last 100 years. And we have a nice big smile. Still looking very ghostly, might I add. So I love that they kept that spook factor. And that's how it ended. The ghost heart was mended. Her friendship was all that she craved. Her sadness diminished. The haunting was finished. The town had been properly saved. So if you're in Twee, 7 miles from the sea, and you visit a tea room at noon, don't be unnerved if a table's reserved for the ghost of Miss Annabel Spoon. I love it. I love it. Such a cute children's story, but yet still very spooky, I think. And a welcome refresher from our last 2 books, I feel like. I think it is a very good showcase of how we can keep the spook in for our children without the scare. So I think if maybe the other 2 were a little too heavy for you, this might be more your bag. It's definitely a book that I would recommend for a child maybe around Halloween, or if you're like me and you like to keep this scary happening all year, you can just pick it up whenever. But yeah, I absolutely loved it. If for no other reason, the artwork is phenomenal. And it's a cute story, like I said. And I think it teaches a good lesson, right? I did want to say in the back, it says, for the author's note, the author wrote this book in a frostbitten house far from town near an eerie row of pines. He enjoys that kind of thing. And the author is Aaron Blabby. So I feel like I would get along with Aaron. And I love that he included that he enjoys the eerie. I think that comes through a lot in his work. So yeah, The Ghost of Miss Annabel Spoon. Guys, thank you for hanging out for episode 3 of Pax's Little Library of Horrors. Tell me again, what do you think? What did you think about this more lighter side of the children's horror genre? Are you enjoying this series? Let me know down below. And please, guys, like and subscribe. It would really help me out. And until next time, class dismissed.